What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim at Full Grip Games. Today I'm going to be showing off my Rillaboom deck in this Pokemon trading card game online deck profile and gameplay video. When streaming today, I realized that there were not a lot of welder decks that I was encountering on the ladder, so decided to give Rillaboom another spin, and it ended up going really well for us in the stream today. If you haven't already, make sure to check out twitch.tv/TrickyJim, where I stream live Pokemon trading card game content every single weekday. This deck is a blast to play, and it's a lot of fun. Of course, the backbone of the deck, Rowlett Alolan Exeggutor GX, useful for that super growth attack, which can spring your Rillaboom into play instantly on the first turn of the game. You can use Rillaboom's Voltage Beat ability to search your deck for 2 grass energy and attach them to any of your Pokemon in play. So a great deck. It sets up consistently. Love the super growth concept here with the Rowlett Alolan Exeggutor to get the Rillaboom into play. I'm really excited about the future of this deck as well, with the release of Rillaboom V and Rillaboom V Max in our upcoming set, Rebel Clash. We're going to be streaming Rebel Clash content on Twitch in the upcoming weeks, so make sure to stay tuned for that. New to the list, we've got Celebi and Venusaur Tag Team GX for that Evergreen GX attack. Allows you to heal all damage from this Pokemon, and if you have an extra grass attached, you can shuffle all of the cards from your discard pile back into your deck, and it does 180 damage. So it's insanely good against the mill decks, as is Venusaur and Snivy Tag Team GX with a Shining Vine ability, allowing you to gust up whatever Pokemon you want on your opponent's side of the field by just attaching a grass energy. I really like 3 copies of Chaotic Swell in this deck. It's very good for keeping those Shrine of Punishments at bay. This is one of the few decks in format that I feel like plays the tank strategy very well. We've got a couple copies of Mallow Lana in the deck, a couple of Big Charms in the deck as well as Chaotic Swells to really help us to not get one-hit KO'd by an Alter Creation boosted Zacian V. Now, when playing the deck on stream, we got some suggestions. One of our viewers, Delonzer, was saying that he has seen some success with the deck playing Order Pads and also Crushing Hammers. So that is also an option to keep the Arceus Palkia decks at bay. I personally have been really liking the tanky Healy version of the deck, and then we can use that Tropical Hour GX with 6 energy to shuffle all of ADP's energy back into the deck after you set up the first couple of turns, and then Shaymin Prism Star's Flower Storm attack to sweep any remaining attackers that might be in play once you have amassed a huge number of energy in play. I also really like that this Rillaboom deck really plays into the Marnie engine well. It seems like once you set up your Rillaboom, the deck really just kind of plays itself, and you can Marnie turn after turn because you don't actually need a lot of resources available to you in your hand. We play a very thick search count here with the 4 tag calls, the 3 quick balls, and the 3 net balls, as well as 4 switch. I'm a huge advocate of 4 switch. 4 switch is insane in this deck because it's going to allow you to get that turn 1 super growth into a Grookey very consistently. So you want the high search, the 3 net balls, 3 quick balls. You also want the 4 switch to allow you to switch into the Grook or into the Rowlett Alolan Exeggutor out of the Grookey so that you can get that turn 1 super growth. Switch is also amazing in this deck so that you can pivot into your Venusaur and Snivy Tag Team GX to pull off a surprise Shining Vine to make sure that you're targeting down whoever you want to with this deck. Some other options we had talked about during the stream. Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team GX is a card that I played in this list for a long time. It allows you to hit Mewtwo's for weakness, but I never really found myself using it. And you can beat Mewtwo decks without it, so I think that that is more of a luxury card that we don't really need. And then we also tried Buzzwole and Pheromosa Tag Team GX, which could be useful for its Beast Game GX attack, but I didn't really find myself using the Buzzmosa either. I really like just a stripped down, consistent list that does what it's supposed to do almost every single game, and I think that's what we have here. This is at the core of what a Rillaboom deck is supposed to do, and it executes it almost every single game. So really happy with where this list ended up during our stream today. Going to show off some games that we played when we were live on Twitch today in this video. So hopefully you enjoy the gameplay. Make sure to check out fullgripgames.com if you're looking to order any of these cards or any Pokemon card from our vast library of Pokemon trading card game singles. Fullgripgames.com is the place to be. Also, if you're looking for PTCGO codes, make sure to check out fullgripcodes.com for instant PTCGO code delivery. I mean, look at how much you would have to cut. The deck just works the way that it is. I like that. You know, we've got all these tag calls. We get Mallow and Lana's. I love that the deck just operates, right? Very consistently. In order to fit hammers into this deck, oh, geez. We'd have to take out, like, Dedenne, Celebi, and Venusaur. We'd probably take out this guy. No. And we got to take out probably the Big Charms. I'm not convinced of the Buzzmosa, but listen, if I got queued up against a mill deck, the Swells, how else are we beating ADP? The Swells and the Big Charms, generally, this is a slow deck. I know I just told you not to play defensively against ADP, but this is one of the couple decks that can actually pull it off. All right. I think it's one of the couple decks that can actually do it. What other card do we even really want in the deck? Another Big Charm. Another Swell. Yeah. Big Charm's cool if you have Swell in play. Mindblown says, is there any chance I could host a pre-release of Rebel Clash on PTCGO, kind of like the 20s on Fridays? We're definitely going to be doing some sort of Rebel Clash build and battle kit content. I'm not exactly sure what that's going to end up looking like. I need to look into logistically what can and can I not do, especially since pre-releases are not being held, right? So at what time will I be allowed to use the build and battle kits, right? Certainly a question. Jesse says, I'm down to Skype myself opening a kit. Yo, that's busted, Jesse. Thanks. Yeah, I got to look into it because I mean, the issue is that pre-release kits, I do not believe, are going to be able to be sold. Oh, no. Oh, no. So here we go. Mill deck. Now, theoretically, we have some options against this mill deck, right? They are releasing early in stores. Oh, so does that mean that build and battle kits are going to be available for sale early since there is no pre-releases? Is that going to be a thing? Well, if that's a thing, that's what I said. I just need to look into it. I need to do my research, right? Because I don't actually know. So I need to look into it. And we will certainly see. All right, we get the Grookster, we get some energy, we get a Chaotic Smell. And we're just going to Marnie them. The Shaymin Prism Star. I probably don't need that card in play. I'm probably just going to attack with some other dudes. So we're going to do that. And we're just going to evolve into our Rillaboom. My hand is a little bit rough. So there's that. We'll see what we can do. Now these Alolan Mucks are certainly very challenging because they can mill my deck. I didn't find any tag calls or anything like that. We would love to go and fetch the Celebi and Venusaur Tag Team GX out of the deck. That thing has a... So yes, we are looking for Tag Call or something would be very good. Cynthia Caitlin certainly helps. So we'll Voltage Beats, get that energy out of the deck. We do have the Celebi and Venusaur in the deck still, as well as the Venusaur and Snivy. So both of those should be Pokemon that we are looking to utilize in this matchup. Then we can Cynthia and Caitlin probably just get rid of the Chaotic Swell and go get ourselves Marnie again. Now, the intense Marnieing should help against this mill match. If you've got Venusaur and Snivy, that's good. Because we're going to be able to keep their hand relatively low by just like shuffling it in over and over again. So that is definitely going to play to our advantage. So we're going to go there and just Calming Hurricane. Definitely don't want to GX. We want to keep as much, you know, keep our options open for us. Mind Blown TCG, actually that day is probably going to be coming sooner than you think. Sean actually has some. So we are going to be probably uploading some soon. But yes, Ultra Necrozma codes. We have a few. Yes, Sean has some that he has come into. What does this thing do? Ah, time distortion. I see. So we're definitely going to Marnie. Big Charm does not matter. We just keep that card in the deck because it's a mill deck, so we want it to just stay there. We're going to Rillaboom, Voltage Beats, 2 energies onto the Venusaur and Snivy. And then I think, yeah, we just Marnie. Give us both a smaller hand. And I got Switch but no Grass. I feel like I'm data changing this anyway. So it's a little bit of a high greed play from me, but you know what? Live a little. There we go. We'll take a dump on him. Let's see, Solar Plant GX. Yeah, no, we don't want to do that. So we've got that. And then we need to save 1 bench spot open so that we can theoretically set up our Celebi and Venusaur Tag Team GX. I also got to be careful of my switches. I have 3 switches down. But we do have Mallow and Lana's. So that will act as some other switching outs for us. Probably are also going to get into a situation where eventually we retreat the Venusaur and Snivy. So yeah, Surge, Research, probably a BLWEnergy here on the other side of the Research. Yeah, they're going to Tag Call, go get the BLWEnergy. So we're crossing our fingers that we don't lose the Celebi and Venusaur Tag Team GX. And they're going to Cynthia and Caitlin. All right, so they're probably getting the Surge back or something. Or BLWEnergy. So no mill this turn. And then I'm just going to Marnie their hand back to small. So with this particular mill deck, they just are going to have a hard time keeping their hand big, especially against all of this Marnieing because of the fact that I can just do this every single turn, right? So like we're just going to bring up the Grimer again, and I'm going to Marnie us again, right? So we're just keeping the deck as big as possible. We've got Grookey or Thwack, Thwack Dog over here. It's pretty good. And just going to keep the deck as filled with energy as I can. I want to go get myself this guy as well. Evergreen GX. How many energy? 1 extra grass. So we get 5 grass on that thing. We can put all the cards back into our deck if we want to. It's pretty good. So let's just do that. So that could be something that we look into here eventually. Sure, player 1, yes. Will I take an expanded request for Tier 3 Thursday? For sure, for sure. Got lots of dolls, but I still have some energy left available to me. And we may not even end up needing this Celebi and Venusaur, to be honest. We just gust up Celebi, put this down in Marnie. Start loading that thing up with some energy. Marnius. Ah, the Energy Recycler. Yes, we have done it. This is the card that I desperately wanted. Let me take a dump on him. I actually will retreat to get 3 energy into the discard pile. We're going to Calming Hurricane. And then next turn, we're going to retreat again so that we can Energy Recycler more into the deck. So we're going to get all 5 back into the deck. And then I'm going to Evergreen GX, and we get to put all these cards, all these lovely cards, back into my deck. And then we can't lose. Right? I mean, ideally, that's the goal. We got the Energy Recycler right here, so it's perfect. They have to Intrepid Sword again. Cool. We've got Switch. So there's only 8 cards left in my deck. So I think we have to GX this turn. Right, so we retreat. Yeah, we retreat. Energy Recycler. And then I get to put the Energy Recycler back into the deck, which is insane. So we're going to Voltage Beat. Just 1 energy there, right? We get to Evergreen GX. It's pretty cool. I like that. Skirt! So, seems pretty nuts. 34 cards left in the deck at this point. 2 prizes left to take. Should be able to negotiate it with this board setup. I've got the Venusaur and Snivy can continue to gust. They really have their work cut out for them. 34 cards left here, with me only having 2 prizes left. I think the Celebi and Venusaur certainly makes a big difference against these mill decks. Even just getting to use that Energy Recycler twice is going to be nuts. I can just put more energy back into the deck and do that. All I really have to do is gust that Zacian twice and end the game that way. Or I could gust Muck and wait for them to put something else down. But at this point, I do not think that they're going to try and put another Pokemon down. So, wouldn't be surprised if they just kind of scoop it up. That Evergreen GX is just so nuts against the mill decks. So, definitely glad we kept this card in. Now, I'm not sure how we would operate against, you know, a more straightforward Cincino mill deck. A deck that was just kind of, you know, going straight for the mill instead of trying to set up these little mucks. Laying the main, I'll put the list in the Discord. I changed a couple cards, but I'll rebump it since I played it a lot today. For sure, I'll re-upload it. The original list, yes, is in the Discord, and it hasn't changed much, but it is slightly different. So we do just have the easy switch into Venusaur and Snivy. We're going to bring up the Zacian V and just, there's no reason to do anything else. Let's just force dump. hit for 130, and then so long as I can gust it again, we can just win. And I've got plenty of energy left in the deck to help me do that. Yeah, Ionios is a good answer there. There is no replacement for a Dedenne-GX. There is not. Now, my suggestion for you would be not to replace Dedenne-GX in like certain decks, but to try and build the draw engine, I guess, you know, differently. So just to take a look. So if there's anybody out there who is struggling to find Dedenne-GX, you still want to play the Pokemon trading card game online, there are a lot of decks that can operate without Dedenne-GX. I mean, obviously, like, Malamar kind of is that deck, right? That just doesn't need Dedenne-GX, but it does play Jirachis. So, like, Jirachis are not the easiest cards to find. Boombox, you could just take that Dedenne out of the deck. You don't necessarily need this card in here. This list is very consistent as it is, and you can certainly play this. This is more just, like, my personal preference because I always like to have this option in the deck, though you don't necessarily need it.